this is a privilege tonight for me. And I told you guys I'm ready for Scotch reviews, and I'm back. Yes, I appreciate you guys once again. Left a small video a couple days ago on what was happening to my family and stuff, but I appreciate you guys being there for me and everything else. But I'm back, and I'm really excited to review a lot of whiskeys I've got. My collection has grown in the last year, so I have a lot to share with you guys. Sometimes I was like, what do I start with? It's been so long, and I've probably gotten into 30 some odd whiskeys, some scotches in my collection. I've got about 62 bottles in here, which is not the biggest collection in the world, but 62 bottles is not bad. Just buying one thing at a time. But there's so much I could review, and I just got to start from here, to start from the basics. And there's so many I want to do at the same time, but I want to, start off real slow at this point. My reviews are, as of tonight, a little rusty, so please forgive me for being a little rusty around the edges. But I decided that I'm going to go ahead and review a scotch that I think is definitely worthy reviewing, and that would be the Glenfiddich 15-year-old. And I don't like anything. The 12-year is okay; it's good. I'll drink it, but Glenfiddich is your middle of the line mainstream Scotch like Dewar's and Chivas Regal, which I don't have any of those in my collection personally. I'm not saying they're bad, but it's like kind of like the bottom of the shelf Scotch. But anyways, so I'll tell you what, let's jump into it. So forgive me if I'm a little rusty, but it's not Glenfiddich. It's Glenfiddich. ICH is a Glenfiddich 15. And I think this is an amazing Scotch. And for the money, it's awesome. It really is. So let me grab the bottle and we'll get the review going on. All right. Sorry about that, my finger's loud. Alright, so here we go. Glenfiddich single malt Scotch. Now, this right here is not a Highlands. This is a Speyside. It can be confused for Highlands, but anyway, so Glenfiddich single malt Scotch whiskey, Speyside, 15 years age. And I'll describe in the video about this Scotch as best as I can in detail, but basically, this right here, there is coloring in this, which I was a little kind of disappointed because of the maturing process they've got going on with this is pretty complex, and it tells you right here on the label. I'll read that. But you think after the various stages of maturation in the cask, they wouldn't have any kind of coloring in it. But you know what? It doesn't really detract the E150 coloring. Doesn't really detract it too much from the taste. This is a really good Scotch for the price. The 15 years are on point for the smoothness and everything else. It's great, it really is. So now, 15-year-old. So what they came up with is it's called Solera Vat, which is it's a big, large vessel. They put everything inside them. I'm gonna skip reading this part. But basically, what they do is they take their whiskeys and they age it in 3 different casks. They've got the New Oak, American Oak, and the Sherry cask. Sorry about that. I told you I was rusty. The Sherry cask, New Oak, and American Oak, and they age their whiskey in all 3 barrels. Okay. Then they take all that and they put it in a huge vat. I think they've only got one vat, and I believe I was reading back in 1998 was when they first created that unique Solera vat. So since 1998, they've got all those maturations in the 3 casks put in this big vat. So they take like I said, the American Oak, New Oak, and the Sherry cask. They age it in that. Then they take that and they put it in a huge old vat. Now, that vat never gets emptied. No. So, Glenfiddich, is it a single malt? It is, because it's Glenfiddich. It's their distillery. Okay, it's not Johnny Walker blended Scotch. But it's blended in a sense where they take all those barrels and they put it in a vat and they age it together. So basically, they get a consistency with the 15-year-old because they take the vat, they filled it up back in 1998, and they never let that vat get 50% full. So there's always whiskey in there, so it stays consistent throughout the batches. So if you buy, let's say, 20, 30 bottles of the 15-year-old, they're pretty much going to taste the same because it's married in that vat, and it never stays more than half full. So it gives that flavor, which is a good thing. I have a cold tonight, so excuse me. But anyway, so let's go with the review here. So, I mean, like I said, it's a very unique system they've got. And I think this is pretty much the first system that's used for marrying those 3 different casks into one huge vat. And they blend it together. And they bottle it. All right? So, anyways, this is coming at 40% alcohol. So it's chill filtered. I mean, that's not really a bad thing. I don't like chill filtered or colored whiskeys per se. I'll drink them, of course, but it brings it down a little notch. But I will say this is one hell of a smooth whiskey. It really is. If you like smooth sherry and fruits, this is really good. I mean, like I said, Glenfiddich being a mainstream Scotch. Let's go ahead and get into the whiskey part here. By the way, I missed this, by the way. You guys have been really good to me. I really appreciate it. I've been reading some comments here the last few days. Alright, so I got the color. It's a nice color. And it's oily. You can see the legs running down that glass. It's an oily Scotch. It's real smooth, and on the nose you got the fruits. All the fruits are present. You have raisins on this, little almonds, marzipan, almonds there. Sour fruits, like more of some sour raspberries, some grapes, and little prunes in there. Absolutely, you've got sherry, you have vanilla, you have oak. You have some spices, a little cardamom in there. Cardamon's an Indian spice, by the way. Really, really good. It has a great nose to it. You can nose this all night. But I think the most distinct flavor of the first of the nose is that the spicy, sherry fruits. Got the dark fruits, red fruits are mingled in there. The wine, it's in there too. Really good. The thing is, I don't think they had to color this, but yeah, they did to make it look uniform, throughout the bottle. So let's go ahead and sip this. Real smooth. And this is neat. I would not drink this Scotch with any kind of ice cubes or water. Don't do that. Don't do it. 40% is good. You don't need anything else to bring this down a notch. Cask strength maybe, but this is just really good. And I'll tell you what, when I bought the Glenfiddich, I was really skeptical about this because of being a mainstream whiskey. Now I tried this at a restaurant. I was like, whoa, this is really good. So I bought this bottle, and I'll tell you what, I am really impressed. This is going to be a staple in my collection. This is going to be in my cabinet, as long as I have it. It's really good. Now, the palate is similar to the nose. Now you get and this you get a lot of bursting. You get the almonds. You get the red fruits. Little plum figs in there. Red fruits. Black fruits. You get the black grapes. Get spices, and a little ginger in this too, and the almonds, they come out too. But it's really, really good. It's a very satisfying whiskey, and this is really well paired with poultry, fish, things like that. It's really good. The flavor of the finish is really, really, it's long and satisfying. It's really tasty. It really is. I'm going to sit back. It's kind of scotch where I'm going to bring it to a card game, man. I sit down with my bottle like this, get a good glass like that, and just sip on this bad boy. It's real smooth too. You know, it really is. But all those red fruits, the black fruits are present. Plums, figs, the almonds, spice, cardamom, ginger, a little pepper in there. You know, and on the back, you have a little smoke. A little bit, not a whole lot. It's not an Isle Scotch here, but sometimes, you know, some of the Speyside whiskeys can have a little of that smoke in there. This has no peat. None of that peat in there. A little teeny smoke. Very complex whiskey. I get some red grapes, black grapes. It's very good. I tell you, I enjoy this whiskey a lot. And, you know, I'll tell you what, honestly, I'm going to give this this is a solid 92, 93 and 100 with this. And I tell you why. The price is on point with this one. This right here, I paid $49.99 for this Scotch whiskey. And something that it's this smooth for a single malt could be probably about, you know, $60, $70 for something like that. And I'm real impressed with that. I like that. The price is on point. And I do like their maturation process with the casks and the vat to blend everything together and to keep the blend consistent with their blends going in and going out. So it gives a nice consistent flavor. So I like that. It's definitely a nice marketing strategy. And as far as a gimmick, I don't think it's a gimmick. I mean, it could be a good selling point. You know, like, hey, you know, we have 3 casks right here. Then we take all this, we blend it and marry it into a vat. I mean, it sounds real technical, but as far as the taste, the flavor, I'm going to tell you, I mean, it's more of a nice, unique thing they came up with versus a gimmick. So I'm gonna give this a 93 out of 100. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. This is great. You know, comment if you had this scotch before. Let me know what you think about this. Other than that, keep on drinking scotch, and I'm gonna come up the next couple of days with another video or two for you guys. Thanks again. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys very soon. All right. Have a good night.